Hey. What's up, guys? Come here, I want to show you something. Come on. Hey, today we're going to talk about power brakes, drift paddles. Come over here. The pedal. And guess what? I got something else really cool I want to show you guys. Stay tuned in the video. We're going to show you how all this stuff works. Beautiful Oklahoma weather. It's bipolar. It's really crazy. Let's go.
I work all day like a dog just to make a dime.
Quick before we get into the video, I want you to kind of see the brackets that I built. I built everything myself. I bolted these are just for extra stability. I actually bolted the motor to the aluminum plate. That's a 1/4 inch aluminum plate. Bolted to the actual thing. Just kind of designed it myself, went off of my measurements, and I mean, it works. It's stable. Like I said, it ain't going nowhere. The whole thing moves. It's stable. Like I said, this is just square tubing that I put in there for just extra support. I see a lot of guys cut this off, and I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to be able to put this trolling motor back to normal. What I did do is I removed this out of there, and I put a rubber plug in here. As you can see, I put a rubber plug in there and just ran the wire out, and then ran it up into there and wired it direct into the head here. And these are just lights for when I've got lights on there. I don't know why I put them on there. I just put them on there. I had them, but it works. So anyway, that's how they're all set up. If you want the measurements for these brackets, let me know. Let's get back into the video. Oh, one more thing. Here's the stomp switch that I have. Pretty heavy duty. I ran it on a cord. This is the cord, and I made it where I can pull it all the way back there, because I stand back there and my clients sit in their seats up here. I wanted to be able to pull this back there, so when I'm standing behind them, I can still run my brakes. So it's not stationary, and the cable runs down in there. So I can pull this back to the back, and I have my remotes. I run my remotes and everything. I don't sit up front with my clients. I stand back there behind my clients and allow my clients to sit up front. So anyways, I have this right here, this pedal that, it's moment, the more I push it down, the more power it gives my trolling motor. So my brakes, meant to say. So I have that this sets up the way that's set up. The more power I give it, I lightly push it, it's slower. The harder I push it, the more power it gives my trolling motors in the back. So anyways, back to the video. I think the biggest question is how hard it is to deploy and stow. So it's deployed right now. It's really simple. Pull it up. It's stowed. It's deployed. It's stowed. It's that simple. They're really easy. Of course, they make it on a pole where you can push a button, but then you got to get rid of the drift paddles, and I really like my drift paddles. Having the drift paddles with these is a game changer. I've been in a boat with them on the paddles, but I'm telling you, having the paddles with the brakes is better, way better. I hope that helped. Okay, so on my paddles, I reach out here like this, I pull this pin, and I turn my paddles just like this. Okay, these paddles add stability to the boat. I'm gonna do the other side real quick without falling in the water here. Pull that pin just like that. So when I grab my remote and I go down, boom. So that adds water resistance, acts like a drift sock, okay? That allows the boat to stabilize. With the brakes and the stabilization of the water resistance, this damn boat doesn't move at all. I don't care if the waves are 3 to 4 foot, 5 foot, this boat doesn't move. Now, let's go to the front. All right, guys, see, I'm coming up on the stump right there. There's a fish right there. That's a crappie right there. Right there. There he comes. He's gonna come up, hit my weight. He's gonna hit my freaking, got him. Just like that. Nice crappie. Nice crappie. Nice crappie right there. Oh, nice one. You see him, guys. He come up and hit it. Good solid crappie right there. Seen him come up and smash that thing. Okay, see how I'm see that stump right there? Now watch, I'll back my boat up from that. Ready? That's the benefits of having the brakes, guys. See, there's the stump. I'm backing my boat away from that stump without having to turn my trolling motor and back up. You know, most of the time you'd have to turn your trolling motor and look away from that fish. Now with the brakes, all I gotta do is tap my pedal and I can back up without having to turn my trolling motor away from that fish. And that's not a bad fish. We're releasing all of our fish today. I'm gonna keep a couple for pictures, but that's it. I'm up to this tree and I'm gonna put my bait in front of this tree right here. My bait's in front of that tree. Now say there's a fish on that tree, I'm gonna hit my brakes. See how I just stopped myself? Now the bait's going backward. See, the tree's going back, and I never had to look away from my bait. So now I'm gonna go up to that tree just a little bit with my trolling motor. And watch, I'm gonna lay my bait right next to that tree. Ready? Now I'm gonna hit my brakes. Ooh, look at there. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't that cool? And I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see this right here. Get a little closer to that tree. I'm gonna lay my bait right next to that tree so y'all can see it. Right there. See, I'm gonna hit my brakes. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. Boom. See, just like that. See, now if there was a fish on that tree, I have the total boat control where I could come next to that tree right there. Get my bait back over there. Just like that, see? Now, I don't want to overshoot it. I just hit my brakes. See how I'm backing up again? Ain't that cool? That's the power of the brakes right there. So now I go forward again. I hit my trolling motor, and I never had to look away from that tree. Otherwise, back before I had the brakes, I had to turn my trolling motor, and I had to reverse. But now, I just hit the brakes. Oh, we're hitting the brakes again. And just backing up. That's the power of brakes right there, guys. All right, now I'm going to situate myself where I can catch that fish. So what you want to do is get your jig where your jig is the same brightness as that fish. Otherwise, you're not in front of that fish. See now, see how my jig is almost the same brightness as that fish is now? Right there. There, now I'm on top of that fish. There we go. He's nose down on that fish. You see how that fish is nose down on that log? That is a sucker fish. That is a carp down there sucking on that log. That's not a crappie. That's not a crappie. like that. That's a good one too. Oh, giant. Oh, golly. That's a big crappie right there, guys. Have you seen it? We got to use the brakes. That one, guys. Now there's a big one right there. A little bit better fish. It's not as big as that one I just lost, but it's definitely a better fish. You know, that one's probably 14, 15 inches. Let's measure on the board and see what we get. That's a big fish, guys. Oh gosh. Hey, come on, big girl. Oh, look at that. Now that is a stud. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that, guys. Oh man. Right in the top of the mouth. Yeah, now that is a stud right there, guys. I was shaking. I seen her and I was like, man, I don't think I'm gonna catch her, because she spun around the tree and she went down like really fast. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna catch that fish. And with the brakes, I was able to back up off of her and allow my bait to fall down that tree. And she seen that bait falling down that tree and she come up and she smoked it. Without them brakes, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have been able to caught that fish. So that right there was a testament. I wish I'd have had a camera to show you guys that on the screen. She is a big female. That's a wide fish. That's probably 2 pounds. We'll weigh it. But I wish I'd have had a camera to show you guys on the screen that right there. But man, that is a solid fish. What a great fish to wrap it up on. Let's get a weight. Let's get a measurement. And let's call it a day. What do you think? Guys, thank you for following my channel. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Until then, you're not going to catch a fish sitting on the couch, so we'll see you out on the water. Have a great evening. All right, guys, the scale is zeroed out. This big fish that we just caught, I just wanted to show y'all real quick. It weighs, not pulling down on its tail. Let's make sure it's hooked right. That way nobody can complain. It weighs, not pulling down on nothing. Weighs it. $209. $209. Come on. That is a solid crappie. The crappie is on the crappie ruler, 15 inches long. And that is a stud right there. Look at the gut on that fish. Anyway, let's get her back in the water. I want to release her. I want to put